Hello and welcome back, everyone, to La-Mulana Randomizer Episode 2. And in this episode, we are continuing on with the La-Mulana Randomizer by going into the Mausoleum of the Giants. And yes, this is where the race of giants that preceded humans, well, it's where they are interred.
Yes. Yet another Dark Souls reference. The Tomb of the Giants. Ooh.
For the record, La-Mulana 1 predates Dark Souls, so there.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
Alright, what we have to do here in order to solve this particular puzzle is kill 3 of these ghosts that are floating around in order to spawn the Ghost King. The solution of this puzzle is told somewhere else in the ruin, in this particular area. And that's one thing that I like about La-Mulana 1 over La-Mulana 2. Is that a majority of the puzzles in each area actually have their puzzle solution tablets in the area that they're in, that the puzzles are actually in.
Hell yeah!
Yay, the serpent staff!
Hell yeah.
The serpent staff is a usable item that will do almost nothing throughout the entire game, but it's very important for 2 specific things. We need it in order to go kill Argus, who's up on the surface at the moment, and we can't kill because we need a upward attacking weapon. And we also need it for the Chamber of Birth, which is technically a spoiler for much later on. There is a reason that I wanted to open up that pitfall. It's because going down here normally just has you land on those spikes, and spikes do percentile damage in this game, and that is not nice. But it is something that you'll get used to. Also, it means that I can come down here without expending a weight.
I can't rest in peace until I finally sell my stock of shit. It has been sitting on the shelf for 5,000 years.
That's actually one of the NPCs in a slightly later area that does that reference.
Oh, look at this funny-looking fella.
Yes, this is the Nebra Sky Disc. What the Nebra Sky Disc does is it slightly changes the layout of the Mausoleum of the Giants. Under stars, what's going to happen is there is a stone giant a couple screens over that is going to fall down. He can crush you. Yes, this game has instant death traps.
Okay, and I suppose those quick save tombstones we've been passing are your checkpoints?
Yes.
Gotcha. Well, I think that every great game ought to have a good death system. This game's death system is, well, we haven't seen a loading time yet, but oh.
Yes, you can in fact get crushed there. I've gotten crushed there multiple times.
Yeah.
Another sacred orb.
I don't think we had a checkpoint in a little while.
No, we passed a checkpoint for Mausoleum of the Giants.
Yeah, when we first arrived, there's a checkpoint.
No, that is not a checkpoint.
Okay, I haven't quite gotten an eye for checkpoints yet. Okay, that's a fist, that's a ghost, and those are containers over there. I'm learning something.
Now, bye, Futo.
Oh.
I think that's actually the statues for Futo and Magilla. There's the checkpoint.
Where?
No, it was in the previous room.
Okay. Bro, of course it's not in this room. I gotta go back to get the checkpoint in the other room.
Okay, we have successfully opened up that chest. I believe that chest is the one that's supposed to contain the Ankh Jewel for Socket. And we will not be fighting Socket for a long time. Because this, I made this particular playthrough, almost a full fucking year ago now. God damn it, Bob. It takes us so long to get through playthroughs.
It's just the nature of the beast.
Yeah, and it's mostly my fault. But anyway, because I recorded this almost a full year ago now, we won't be fighting Socket until we at least get normal Shuriken. Because, yeah, I still do not actually like fighting Socket without at least normal Shuriken by my side. But there's the Scale Sphere. We've yet to encounter poisonous water in the ruins. But yes, all the water in the ruins, specifically, is poisoned. And you need the Scale Sphere in order to negate the poison.
Nice. So now we have the Rusted Iron Ring.
Effectively, yeah. Except we can't actually turn it off.
Twin labyrinths.
The Twin Labyrinths is one of the largest areas in the game. This is because it doesn't actually have a backside. All of the major areas in the game, or at least most of the major areas. God damn it, expensive weights. Okay, this puzzle that I'm solving here is the twin brother shop. The big brother and the little brother have a shopping network, and if you buy 3 times from the little brother, you will then be able to go to big brother shop and purchase things from him. Because key items have the ability to spawn in shops, it is very important to unlock Big Brother shop. The randomizer is also very nice to us in that the little brother is always guaranteed to have at least 1 copy of weights for sale. You can tell that this is the Big Brother shop room because this room actually has the jumping kangaroo rats on it instead of the is it just bats that the little brother shop has? I think it's bats that the little brother shop has. And now we are trying to get out, and thankfully there's the way back out.
Oh, good.
Twin Labyrinths currently is affected by a specific curse that Tiamat put on it. Although Tiamat is not actually the one in charge of the curse.
And it was that glowing red barrier on the right side of the screen?
Yes. Okay. However, that's not exactly what the curse does. What the curse for Twin Labyrinths does right now is it makes it so that we don't have access to the top half, because every time that we progress a room in the Twin Labyrinths at the moment, it sends us to a place that it's not supposed to.
Seems to be a bit of a theme in this game. Is you take a path, you think it's going to send you to a place, and then it sends you somewhere else.
Only sometimes. A majority of the directional inputs that you have for this game is actually straightforward. There are only a couple of places in the ruins where it wants to lie to you about what your true destination is. Until the curse is broken on Twin Labyrinths is one of them, and the other big one is the Gate of Illusion. But that is how it's supposed to be, because it is the Gate of Illusion. Here are Golbats. They are bigger versions of bats, but I'm pretty sure they have the same amount of HP and damage output as normal bats do, but they look different, so I call them Golbats.
Well, so far, I am unimpressed by the hyperbole of calling a place an endless corridor, where I'm pretty damn sure it is not endless.
It's almost endless.
But almost, you can't be almost pregnant. You can't be almost endless. You either are or you are not.
I don't think you have confidence in the endless corridor, dude.
I do have confidence in biology.
So what happens when we go through this cloud? Well, we end up back here, but you have to go do that in order to open up this chest.
Okay, so it is endless. It just loops you back.
Yay, we got the origin seal. And yes, with the origin seal, we have half of what we need in order to go kill Bahamut. And yes, Bahamut is an enemy in this game. Some people pronounce it Bahamut. I pronounce it Bahamut.
Baphomet.
It's not Baphomet. Baphomet's a different boss.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh, look, that guy sells bullets and flare gun ammo.
But we don't have a gun.
We don't have a gun.
So how are we supposed to use the ammo if we can't shoot it out of something?
Well, that's the thing. We'll need to actually get our pistol before we can actually purchase bullets. Alright, so since we picked up an Ankh Jewel earlier, are we going to go fight Amphisbaena? I think we're going to go fight Amphisbaena. Nope, we're going over to Temple of the Sun instead. Okay. To Temple of the Sun. Temple of the Sun is the stereotypical Egypt area. A lot of the Egypt-themed stuff is in here.
What I noticed so far is that it looks like the main passage to like most of the dungeons so far is actually located inside other dungeons.
Yes, actually, that is very much what's going on here.
So that breaks a trope that a lot of games do, which gets you more attached to like a hub world. See, I thought the starting area of the game was like a hub world, but no, we just kind of we are very much in Wonderland right now.
To be perfectly honest, if there is a hub for La-Mulana 1, it would actually be twin labyrinths due to its size and how many areas it connects
And
to.
of course, it's
but
a
even
labyrinth.
then, I would. But even then, I wouldn't actually use twin labyrinths as a hub, specifically because getting through twin labyrinths, even after the curse is lifted, is kind of a bitch.
Okay, so can you unlock shortcuts?
Oh yes, there are plenty of shortcuts to unlock.
Thank God. Thank G. Because if there's one thing that can really drag down a game where you have to travel, it's that you can't gain rewards by having A, traveled to places, B, conquered them.
All right, this particular puzzle does actually have its solution somewhere in Temple of the Sun. You need to stand underneath the Eye of Widget that has a weight pedestal there and not use a weight. If you manage to just stand there and do nothing, then the chest up top will open up.
Man with widget.
We got the Dragon Bone. The Dragon Bone is very important for exactly 2 puzzles in the game. A majority of the usable items are only really used for like 2 puzzles, but at the same point, these puzzles gate off a large portion of the game. So it's important that we get these. Although we usually get Dragon Bone super goddamn early. There's only a couple of randomizers seeds I've had where I've been trying to find Dragon Bone specifically. Most of the time, the things that I end up missing are either the birth and origin seals, or the axe. Booyah! We now have the second best melee weapon in the entire game.
Hello, tall, dark, and handsome. That's what our guy actually looks like? Looks like fucking Indiana Jones.
Yes, our guy is in fact an Indiana Jones rip.
Dun 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 dun.
Except Indiana Jones never got to use a fucking broad axe as a weapon. Wah! The axe is stupidly powerful. It is in fact the 3rd most powerful weapon in the game, question mark. I think it's technically 2nd, but I don't remember what the damage values for the axe actually are.
Over here!
Alright, this puzzle actually has its solution on that tablet there, but we can't read it because, again, we don't have hand scanner or glyph reader. But we need to kill that bat. Specifically, that tablet says that those that fly must be cast down. And by killing this bat, we open up this chest.
Oh, so you read the riddle and then you solve it. That's cool.
Yep. That's how the game is supposed to be played. But again, on a randomizer, because I know what a majority of the puzzles are, I don't need to read any of the tablets. Well, except for the ones that require literacy checks.
Literacy checks.
Yes, there are literacy checks in the game where you have to know how to read in order to progress.
These derpy faces are starting to
No,
crack me up.
I screwed up the jump. All right. And in the next episode, we'll be continuing on to the backside area for Temple of the Sun. This is usually the first backside area that you get access to.
I see you.
Yes, that can crush
Be
you.
gone, stupid head.